Well, now Prime Minister Narendra Modi will attend the 25th ASEAN Summit that kicks off in Nay Pyi Taw. Prime Minister Modi arrived in the Myanmarese capital yesterday on the first leg of his three-nation tour and held a meeting with Myanmar's President Thein Sein. Now, in the summit today, Prime Minister is set to focus on the Asian Century Dream and strengthening relations with Asian nations as part of his Act East policy. Among issues on the anvil at the ASEAN Summit is the review of an ambitious connectivity project to develop a 3,200-kilometer highway linking India, Myanmar and Thailand. India and the ASEAN bloc hope to build a 5-year plan of action emphasizing on enhancing people-to-people ties. The plan will also focus on ramping up trade relations, reinforcing strategic engagement and security architecture in the region. On the sidelines of the ASEAN Summit, Prime Minister is also scheduled to hold talks with Malaysian Prime Minister, the Prime Ministers of Thailand and Singapore. He is also set to meet the Sultan of Brunei, South Korean President and Myanmar's opposition leader Aung San Suu Kyi. Prime Minister Modi will be meeting over 40 leaders from countries in Asia, Africa, Europe, North America, South America and Pacific region during the India, ASEAN and the East Asia summits in Nay Pyi Taw, the G20 summit later in Brisbane and his visit to the Fiji Islands. All right, our Deputy Editor Smita Sharma is joining me live from Nay Pyi Taw in Myanmar. Smita, what's the Prime Minister's schedule like? Two big summits to be held later today.
Wilson, of course, the ASEAN Summit there officially now, in fact, in its inauguration phase, the 10-member grouping that really represents the, the third world's biggest economy in a way. Also the 7th largest population bloc, but it's really the ASEAN-India Summit in the afternoon at around 12:45 India time, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi would be attending and putting forward those key points, especially focusing on issues of connectivity, infrastructure, maritime disputes, and always, of course, the security and fight against terrorism issues. Narendra Modi is, in fact, now preparing to have that first bilateral with the Prime Minister of Malaysia, which will be followed up by his meeting by the heads of state of Thailand. He, of course, comes into the afternoon at the ASEAN Center, where all the VIPs, in fact,
right.
Some time I can continue.
Right. All right, we'll try and get back Smita with us in just a bit. We're losing connection with her, but essentially it's a big day, as she was telling us that the Prime Minister is all set for his bilaterals as well with Najib Razak in a short while from now. In fact, Smita, give us a sense of, India's key areas that India is looking at during Prime Minister Modi's visit. Of course, strategically, it is an important visit. Also on the agenda is a 3,200-kilometer, line that is to connect three nations, other two nations with India. So that sounds very exciting.
Debated whether it was really Atal Bihari Vajpayee's policy, or as the Congress's
claim, in fact, that it was P.V. Narasimha Rao who first spoke of Look East, but to materialize it and take it to the next step.
All right, we'll go back to Smita Sharma later, but right now, very crucial, pointing out Prime Minister Narendra Modi's shift now over to Act East policy.